It's been too long since I've played a game as engrossing and exciting as Shadowrun Returns. As a stranger to the Shadowrun universe, I can't help but be surprised at the fact that I'd never heard of the game until recently. Based on a tabletop game from the 80s, Shadowrun Returns is one of a handful of recent Kickstarter successes to grace the RPG genre. While I'm sure much of the attraction for many people will come from nostalgia, rest assured that Harebrained Schemes crafted their new tale for veterans and newbies alike. Players start the game as a down-on-their-luck Shadowrunner, essentially a very versatile mercenary called upon for a variety of shady jobs. A mysterious call comes through on the comlink, setting up the premise for an incredibly gripping journey. Your friend Sam has been murdered, and you need to bring the culprit to justice in order to collect your payout, Sam's life insurance award, worth a whopping 100,000 new yen. I'm not going to spend time laying out a whole bunch of lore for you, because discovering it on your own is half the fun. The story is filled with crazy twists and turns, and just when you think it's done, it'll throw something else your way. My favorite thing about the writing is that every single detail is important, no matter how insignificant it appears at the time. I would advise players to pay close attention and explore thoroughly. After all, attention to detail is necessary when solving a murder mystery. If you're worried about the investigation feeling like a chore, rest assured that interactions, both with other characters and the world around you, are fresh and entertaining. I found myself eagerly awaiting the next big clue, which is something I can't say of many games. You're probably noticing how much focus I'm putting on the story, and there are a few reasons for that. First and foremost is that Shadowrun Returns is a tactical RPG with a twist. This style of game can be extremely fun, especially if you like strategy. Unfortunately for lovers of tactical RPGs like Final Fantasy Tactics and Tactics Ogre, the actual fights are few and far between. The levels are designed fairly well for this style of combat, but there aren't many of them, which is a shame. Granted, I never cared much because I was too enthralled in the story, but if you're looking for epic battle after epic battle, look elsewhere. Reason number 2 is that players can craft their own campaigns using the Shadowrun Returns editor, which is both powerful and easy to use. This will allow more story-centric mod authors to create all their own content very easily, but more involved mod teams will still feel right at home. I'm personally very excited to see what the community pumps out. Overall, the game leans heavily on story, but has solid elements throughout. Character creation is pretty good and allows players to customize their own starting class once they get a hang of the game. The basic starting classes offer a great variety of gameplay styles, yielding a pretty high replay value. But if you aren't one for replaying story-heavy games, don't worry. The game lets you hire and control henchmen of all different classes, allowing you to get a taste of every style in a single playthrough. The graphics are both simple and effective, striking a great balance between the two. The game's atmosphere is brilliantly crafted due in part to the graphics and the electronic soundtrack. There's not a whole lot of variety in the soundtrack, but what few tracks are there are placed very well and almost always enhance the mood. If you're a fan of RPGs with a great story filled with interesting and well-written characters, you'd be doing yourself a disservice by missing this game. Harebrained Schemes has brought us a fantastic game set in a fantastic universe and for a fantastic price. And if you're looking to design a story of your own, the level editor alone is almost worth the price of admission. Needless to say, whether you have a creative spark or not, you can count on hours of quality content, user-created and otherwise. I give Shadowrun Returns an overall score of 9 out of 10. This has been DingosAreFrisky with your review of Shadowrun Returns. Thanks for watching.